Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl T here with another video. So I wanted to do a quick, I guess this is Tierra in the future. This is the day of that I'm going to be putting this video out. So I've had my nails done for about 6 days now and they are still looking, let's see if it'll focus. They still looking good, girl. Mind you, this is only a fill. This is not a full set. I just wanted to go and give some disclaimers before we hopped into this voiceover portion of it. One, I went to school for nails. Right around the time that I was pregnant with the twins, I did work in a salon for about 6 months. So obviously a lot of the products that I have, they are expensive. They're salon grade products that I needed in order to work on clients. So I'm not expecting anyone to go out and buy all this. I did try to put down some kits that I think that you can use. My other disclaimer is I don't know how well they work. I did try to find some of the ones just from my Amazon purchases from when I was back in school that I used for practice, but again, as I've gotten better at doing them, whatever. Another disclaimer, it's been over a year since I touched any of this stuff. I have not been doing nails. I had a very bad nail experience in the salon I was working at, and from then on I just kind of started getting my nails done by friends. So a little rusty. They're cute or whatever. I just needed a fill, so I knew I could do that. As this quarantine goes on, I'm sure that I'm going to start busting out some styles and designs and all of that. I'm thinking the next set after this I'm going to just soak these off and do a full set because after 4 or 5 fills you kind of just need them, especially if you're doing clear. Before we go ahead and get into this, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. The girl is giving y'all the quarantine quality videos, alright? Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Alright, so I'm just listing and showing all of the products that I'm going to be using today. Some of the gems and stuff I decided not to use, but in terms of the core things there, I ended up using all of these items. I'm going to try to list as much as I can down below, as well as, like I stated already, some starter kits. So the first thing I'm doing is using my Gel X bit, and one, I broke at least 3 or 4 nails, and 2, I am just prepping for a fill in. So just whenever the nail grows out, we are just buffing that off. I'm also buffing off that top coat of the glitter that I had on there. It was a gel glitter, so I'm just grinding and drilling all of that off first. And it's really hard to see because I typically do very clear nails. I rarely ever get any type of color on my nails, so they're usually almost always clear with some just type of glitter or rhinestones. But yeah, just a little basic bit. And I had this on my drill at a 5. You don't want to go too fast, and you also, pressure is so important. I don't want to create more work for myself, so I'm really just lightly taking off that gel polish, as well as just smoothing out the nails and prepping for me to add more acrylic. Okay, so now I'm switching to a different bit, and this is called a Skyber bit, and this is what I use to start to bring up my cuticles. I have aggressive and extreme cuticles, guys. They grow so much and they're so gross, so I have to do this step in order to be able to do any type of fill or anything of that sort, but that's completely up to you. The biggest thing that you need to take into account is that it needs to be light pressure and at the same angle as your nail. You don't want to be digging into your nail bed. You just want to make sure that you are the same way as that nail. Now I'm using just a ball bit, and I'm rolling up that cuticle. I lifted it with the Skyber, and now I'm rolling up with the ball bit. And again, this is very light pressure, and I do have this fast forwarded, so this is done, and take your time with this because you don't want to create a ring of fire. You just don't want to mess up your nail beds. Your real nails are important to take care of as well. And I feel mine are only really bad on my first 3 fingers, and then my last 2, my pinky really don't be having much at all. Good, those look good. Wow, Shorty might still have it. I don't know. Now I'm just literally picking off all of the cuticles, the dead skin. I'm just snippeting it away. Like, it gotta go. All of it gotta go. Ugh, it's so much. Looking good. Now I'm gonna spray them with alcohol and get started. This is some monomer and acrylic powder, LOL. This is from C&D. I think you do have to have a license in order to get this, but I will try to find it down below. Now, just using... As you can see, you kind of want to use your brush as like a buffer between your cuticle area and the nail. So I never actually physically put the acrylic right down below on the nail. I get very close to it, but you don't want to touch, because if you do, your nails will lift and pop the F off, or even worse, you'll get water underneath there, and then you'll get watermarks and bacteria, and it's gross. So yeah, I start like basically where my nail has grown out, and then I push it as far as I can, as close as I can to the cuticle, and then I pull back that acrylic, and if I do get any on there, I just kind of wipe it away. So yeah, if you see there, I'm starting like 70, I would say 85% of the way, and then I'm pulling straight back, and that acrylic kind of just like pushes down on its own, and it's just not touching that cuticle area. It's just so important. And I would say in terms of like viscosity or like consistency, I like to be a little bit more on the drier side, not too wet, because if it gets too wet, it moves a ton, and yeah, you just don't want that. So I like mine to be, I would say like 75% powder, which is why whenever I dip my brush into the monomer, you see that I wait a bit, and I usually almost always touch my towel first. This is the shape that I did for my nails that were broken. I did use forms for that because I cannot do tips. They just destroy my nails. Now running in, this is a metal finishing bit. A lot of people use like sanding bits. Me personally, this works for me. I just prefer to use a metal sanding bit. And I'm gonna try to link this below. I got this from like not like a Cosmoprof or anything, but like just like a little like side nail store, and it was like $30, but like so worth it. And now I'm just like carving out my shape, trying to do as much work as I can before I just like jump into that filing, because the filing is so annoying. Like, I think e-file is the way to go. And I do kind of in between like a skinny square and a coffin, like not quite either. I'm just very picky about my shape, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. We just want to e-file it up. And you see I'm getting really close to that cuticle area, and I'm able to do so without cutting myself because I'm keeping that drill along and lined up with my actual nail so that I'm not digging into my nails. Y'all know how many times I did that. That shape is so cute. Now I'm going and I'm buffing just to smooth out the nails. And let's go into the polish, okay? This is some gel polish. Again, the same place I got that metal bit from. They just have like their own gel polish, and that's what I'm using. Just like a glitter, silver glitter. It has chunks of glitter. It has rainbow specks in there. It's super cute. I'm starting off basically like if I was doing a French, covering up all that there's like free nail. Because although I have different sizes and lengths of my natural nails are very yellow. I don't know why. Mostly because of like makeup and stuff, and I don't like that to be shown, so I wanted that obviously to be the heaviest there. And then I'm turning that brush sideways, and I'm just dragging down the polish that was already there and pulling down. Nice thing about gel is that it's not going to dry until you cure, so you can really take your time with this and get the way you want and have like that little waterfall look. I also did not use a base gel polish for this because when it's acrylic, you do not have to. But if you are doing just like a gel mani on your regular nails, you would definitely want to use a base gel beforehand. I have that on for 30 seconds. Now I'm doing a second coat, thickening up, especially on that top area, just because, so you can't see a lot of that nail. That's super cute. Curing this again. I was gonna add rhinestones and I changed my mind because they were not it. Like, they were looking not for this look. It was just too much happening, and I'm an extra girl, so if I said it was too much, it was really too much. Okay, lastly, just going in with a top coat. And just like I've been saying, I cannot beat this enough. You want to make sure that you're not going too far in on that cuticle area, because the gel polish can also lift and you just don't want that. Stay away from it. Like, I would say like 2 millimeters away from, just stay away from it. And you can only cure this for 30 seconds. I just did 60 just to be safe. Look how cute they are. They're so cute.